everybody. Welcome to the Luminary Inventions podcast. In this episode, we will talk about where you can see the real danger world.
Yes, hello everybody. We will talk about microscopes who are very interesting and have let us introduce and explore different little things around the world. Right, Morena?
Yes. So, what's microscope about?
Well, a microscope is a special instrument composed of different things that it is used to magnify small objects. Even some microscopes can be used to examine an object at the cellular level, allowing scientists to see the form of a cell, its nucleus, mitochondria, and other organelles.
And how do you magnify small objects? By magic?
No. Microscopes magnify small objects by using a combination of lenses or other optical components to bend and focus light rays. When light passes through the specimen, such as a cell or a tiny object...
Wait. I don't even understand a word you say. Can you explain it us in an easy way? Because the public may also don't understand. Remember, we don't understand science at all. Unless if you speak in Chinese.
Sure, don't worry. So basically, imagine you have a really tiny object, like a grain of sand or a little bug, and you want to see this object closer. A microscope is a special tool that helps you do that helps you see better and closer this tiny object. So basically it works by having a special lenses that can make things look much bigger than they really are. For me, and for all, we have two main important parts, the eyepiece and the objective lens. The objective lens is the one that is closer to the object you want to see. It collects the light that comes from the object and makes a small picture of it inside the microscope. So then, the small picture is then made bigger by the eyepiece lens. The eyepiece lens is the one you look through when you use the microscope. It takes the small picture from the objective lens and makes it much larger so you can see it clearly. So when you look through the eyepiece of the microscope, you see a really big and detailed image of a tiny object. It's like looking at a giant version of the small thing you wanted to see. So this is how basically a normal and basic microscope works. But always the microscope has other parts, like lights to make the object brighter or a stage where you put the object to look at. And there are also different microscopes, different types of microscope. But this is how a basic one works to magnify the small objects and make them easier to see.
Oh, now I understand. So that's why it is always said it is a danger place because through it we can see the parts of bacteria, viruses, or bad cells. And in a detailed way, seen in a 4K.
Oh no, just shut up. But yes, basically like that. But there are also good cells that have been examined and they help us in different ways.
Who wants?
Like a good plant cell. I say good ones because it can provide us energy, food, or even clean water. This is why scientists always look for details and for specific results.
Cool. Public, are you understanding everything? After all, I understand. Overall, I understand a thing about science. Are you a good teacher, Catalina?
Thanks, Morena. But we investigate together. You may also understand this topic.
I do. But more about the Enlightenment period, I know everything about that. So that is why when I went to the lab, the teacher used these lenses to let me see better the plants, in my case.
Yes. Back to what you were saying, tell us something interesting about the Enlightenment period. I don't know nothing about this.
Of course, during a special time called the Enlightenment, which happened a long time ago from the late 16th to the late 17th, Scientists make a lot of progress in the different fields, including microscopy. They made important discoveries and inventions that help microscopes get better.
Really? How?
Well, one scientist named Carl Linnaeus, who was from Sweden, was really important during this time. He was a botanist, doctor, and nature expert. He did a lot of work in a field called taxonomy, which is about classifying and naming living things. But he also helped make a microscope better.
Oh, I know that guy. He was a genius. How he helped?
Linnaeus made a special kind of microscope called a compound microscope. It has a special eyepiece with two lenses, which makes it easier to see things. The picture you could see through this microscope became clearer too, because they used better ways to shine lights on the object. They used mirrors to reflect light into it.
Oh my gosh. So by him we advance a lot? Nowadays, I don't think there are any genius like him. There's another important thing we need to know.
Yes, another important thing that happened during the Enlightenment was the creation of the automatic lenses. These lenses were really cool because they helped get rid of a problem called achromatic aberration. That's when the color get all mixed up and make picture blurry. The achromatic lenses fix that problem and make the views sharper and more detailed.
So during the Enlightenment period, scientists like Carl Linnaeus made important improvements to microscope. They made them more useful and made the pictures you see through them better and clearly.
Yes, this period was really important for the development of microscopes.
That's awesome! You know, after the Enlightenment period, the impact of the microscope in the 1830s revolutionized biological and medical research. Scientists recognized the importance of cells in understanding life and disease. Even they used advanced microscopic techniques to study tissues and correlate the findings with clinical observation. You know, Arthur Hill Hussle used the microscope to investigate water quality and food alteration, which is basically very important for our health. These pioneers demonstrate how the microscope will gather important evidence to advance our understanding of health and disease. That's incredible and awesome, and we need to be so thankful.
Of course, the microscope improves important evidence to advance our understanding of health and disease. That is the basic use of a microscope, to help use and understand the world.
Understanding the functions and capabilities of microscope is essential for scientific exploration. Microscopes allow us to see beyond the human eye, revealing details and answering specific questions about objects. They have revolutionized our understanding of cells, plant respiration, and geological process. Through the evolution of microscope technology, we can delve deeper into the microscopic world and expand our knowledge of the natural world.
Wow, that's amazing! Thanks, science and microscope, for everything. And thanks, guys, for keeping watching this podcast.
Yes, hope public understands everything we said and you know better about microscopes. But remember always, if you're gonna use the microscope on the lab, you may have a special scientist or a special person that may help you. We can know about microscopes, but we are not experts.
Yes, that's right. Thank you guys for listening and see you in the next podcast. Bye.